So Hallus acid means the oxyacid of halogen in which oxidation state of halogen is +3. And well-known example of Hallus acid is the chlorous acid. And in chlorous acid, oxidation state of chlorine is +3, and it is the only stable acid of halogen. Like bromous acid or other iodous acid, these are not stable, but chlorous acid is stable. Then halic acids, in halic acid oxidation state of halogen is +5, and the examples are chloric acid like HClO3, bromic acid HBrO3, and iodic acid HiO3. Now each of the halogen here having oxidation state of +5. So these are the halic acids. Then perhalic acids, in perhalic acid oxidation state of each chlorine it is +7. For example, perchloric acid formula is HClO4, perbromic acid HBrO4, periodic acid formula is HiO4. Now chlorine, bromine and iodine, each of the halogen has oxidation state of +7. So these are the various oxyacids of halogen. Now what is the acidic strength of these halogen acids? Now important thing is, as the oxygen atom in the oxyacid of halogen increases, acidic strength also increases. For example, we try to compare acidic strength of oxyacids of or oxoacids of chlorine. So here the order is hypochlorous acid, chlorous acid, chloric acid and perchloric acid. Now acidic strength increases from hypochlorous acid to chlorous acid to chloric acid to perchloric acid. So perchloric acid has the highest acidic strength, whereas hypochlorous acid, it is comparatively weak acid. So from hypochlorous acid to perchloric acid, progressively one oxygen atom increases, and therefore their acidic strength also increases. Now compare the acidic strength of different hypohalous acids. Hypochlorous acid is comparatively stronger acid than the hypobromous acid, which is stronger acid than hypoiodous acid. About the thermal stability, again thermal stability increases from hypochlorous acid to chlorous acid, which is more thermally stable than actually the hypochlorous acid. Then then perchloric acid has the highest thermal stability. So about thermal stability, you keep in mind perchloric acid is the having highest thermal stability than the chloric acid, which is more thermally stable than chlorous acid, which is more thermally stable than hypochlorous acid. So this is about the thermal stability. Then oxidizing power also increases as the number of oxygen atoms increases, and the perchloric acid, it is most powerful oxidizing agent. Even when we compare the oxidizing power of perhalic acid of different halogens, then perbromic acid has the highest oxidizing power, which is powerful oxidizing agent than the periodic acid, which is more oxidizing than the perchloric acid. So these orders of acidic strength, thermal stability, and oxidizing power. These orders are important for competitive exams. So summary of this point is, halogens can form four types of acids: hypohalous acid, then oxoacids, hypohalous acid, halous acid, halic acid, and perhalic acid. Acidic strength is highest for perchloric acid. Thermal stability is also highest for perchloric acid. Oxidizing power is also highest for perchloric acid. And when we compare different halogens, perhalic acids of different halogens, then perbromic acid has the highest oxidizing power. Then the structures of oxyacids of chlorine. Important points are, chlorine can form 1, 3, 5 or 7 bonds. Another important point is, there must be at least one chlorine oxygen double bond and one chlorine OH single bond in oxoacids of chlorine. There is one exception. The exception is hypochlorous acid or hypohalous acid does not contain halogen oxygen double bond. So in hypochlorous acid, chlorine oxygen double bond is not there. Otherwise, in all other oxoacids of chlorine, there must be compulsory one chlorine oxygen double bond and one chlorine OH single bond. Hydrogen is not directly attached to chlorine, it is always in the form of OH. We try to discuss the structures of some oxoacids, examples of structures of oxoacids of chlorine. So first example is hypochlorous acid, HClO. This is simple compound. So chlorine is attached to OH, and this ClOH bond is not linear, it is angular. So ClOH, this is angular molecule. Another example is chlorous acid, HClO2. So already, as per this rule, second rule, before that, in first example, in hypohalous acid, how many bonds are there for chlorine? There is one bond. So chlorine can form 1, 3, 5 and 7 bonds. So here in this structure, chlorine is having one bond. Now in chlorous acid, formula is HClO2. So again, Cl is attached to one OH group. And now look at this second rule. At least there must be one ClO double bond and one ClOH bond. So here ClOH bond is there. Now out of 2 oxygen atoms, 1 oxygen atom is shown here in the form of OH group. One more oxygen atom is remaining, that must be present as a Cl double bond O. And this is the structure of chlorous acid. Next, structure of chloric acid, HClO3. Only one oxygen atom is more than the chlorous acid. About the structure, initially Cl is attached to OH. This is angular bond. Now out of 3 oxygen atoms, 1 oxygen atom is shown here. This is the second oxygen. So ClO double bond. One more oxygen atom is there. So this is again present in the form of double bond. So here chlorine is attached to 2 oxygen atoms directly through double bond. In previous structure, in chlorous acid, chlorine is directly attached to oxygen atom through double bond. There is one double bond. Okay, so what is the difference between chlorous acid and chloric acid? In chlorous acid, there is one ClO double bond. In chloric acid, there are 2 ClO double bonds. Okay, now count the total number of bonds. First of all, for the chlorous acid, so Cl is having one double bond, means 2 bonds, and one single bond with this OH. So 2 plus 1, that is 3. So chlorine is able to form 3 bonds. In chloric acid, chlorine is attached to these two oxygen atoms through double bond, means 2 plus 2 4 plus 1, that is single bond of this OH group. So 4 plus 1, that is 5. So in this structure, in chloric acid structure, chlorine is having 5 bonds. Then next is perchloric acid, HClO4. One more oxygen is more than the chloric acid. So first of all, Cl is attached to OH through single bond. So this is the second oxygen atom through double bond. This is third oxygen atom through double bond, and this is the fourth oxygen atom through double bond. So in this way, in case of perchloric acid, Cl is directly attached to oxygen atoms through double bonds, 3 double bonds, and there is one OH group. And how many bonds are there for Cl? So there are 3 double bonds, means 6 plus 1, one single bond. 6 plus 1, that is 7. So there are 7 bonds. Now next point is oxygen and compounds of oxygen. So first of all, first important compound of oxygen, that is molecular oxygen, O2, also called as dioxygen. Now how to prepare this oxygen in laboratory? So when potassium chlorate is heated in the presence of manganese dioxide, MnO2, then there is a decomposition of this potassium chlorate and there is a formation of potassium chloride solid, and there is a evolution of oxygen gas. So by means of decomposition of potassium chlorate, we get oxygen. So this is the simple laboratory method. A second way is when oxides are heated at high temperature, we get oxygen. When silver oxide is heated, there is a evolution of oxygen gas. At the same time, we get a metallic silver. Then mercuric oxide, when strongly heated, there is a formation of oxygen gas and metallic mercury. So these are the noble metals. When noble metal oxides are heated, we get oxygen. Similarly, when lead oxide is strongly heated, there is a evolution of oxygen gas. Actually, in this reaction, lead is reduced. Actually, in this PbO2, oxidation state of lead is +4, and in PbO, this is monoxide, oxidation state of lead is +2, and there is a reduction in oxidation state of lead, and at the same time there is a evolution of oxygen gas. So in this way, when lead oxide is strongly heated, there is a evolution of oxygen gas. Similarly, when hydrogen peroxide, H2O2, it is heated in presence of catalyst, manganese dioxide, again there is a decomposition of hydrogen peroxide into water and oxygen. So normally hydrogen peroxide, when kept for long time, then even under ordinary conditions there is a decomposition of hydrogen peroxide and it gets converted into water, and simultaneously there is a evolution of oxygen gas. But additionally, when it is heated in presence of catalyst, then quickly it undergoes decomposition and there is a evolution of oxygen gas. So in this way, in laboratory, dioxygen is prepared by decomposition of different oxides, that is metal oxides, hydrogen peroxide and potassium chlorate.